When you join the FBI, you join the front line between order and chaos. And in today's world, you know how easy it is to lose perspective.
They're talking about this remake of Point Break, and a lot of people are saying, yeah, it ain't no good. I don't even want to see this shit. And people ask, why? Why? Oh, because the original's better. But you haven't seen it. Oh, but can't nothing touch that original. That's my shit. I grew up with that. Grew up with Keanu and Patrick Swayze, man. Yeah. Robin Banks dressed up like the presidents and shit. So a lot of people say that maybe these folks are being unfair talking about this film. Well, I'm coming in fresh. Talking about. See, I didn't know nothing about that Johnny Utah.
Yeah, that Bodie.
I know nothing about that Bodie. And see, I learned from this movie that Johnny Utah, he was on his way to being the best extreme sports guy on YouTube.
What?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Going out there doing dangerous shit for clicks,
so
man.
he's not like Shaun White or nothing.
No. He's much more extreme than that. He's like, I'll do anything for the click, Martin.
It's got a poly-extreme guy.
Yeah,
some shit like that.
Some term I think they made up strictly for this.
Yeah. And so he was about to hit extreme superstardom, man. Except he did one stunt that killed his friend.
The dumbest fucking stunt I've ever seen in my life.
Cracking up laughing at that.
It was one of those deaths too where he let him go and his friend is like, no! And Utah's like, no!
Hey, can I draw a diagram real quick?
No, we'll do it afterwards. Let me just explain this.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I explain this, you draw your diagram.
Okay, do that.
And Johnny Utah, he said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I got to make things right. So as an up-and-coming FBI agent, he tries to do just that. And
the FBI is recruiting from YouTube now?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are,
Extreme
man.
athletes.
Hey, man. Social media is a motherfucking man. And so he says, you know what? I'm going to use my extreme sports powers to go out and catch a bunch of criminals who use some similar methods of extreme sporting to pull off some of the world's most baffling heist.
Yeah. Just stunts in general.
Some deep shit. Now, illustrate to us this stunt right here.
Well, see, this stunt. Now, you would think, okay, they're going to do a stunt, and he's experienced, clearly. Mm-hmm. His friend doesn't seem that experienced, but his friend seems to know what he's doing. Mm-hmm. So the stunt that they decide to do is they jump off a fucking cliff onto basically an island of a cliff.
A butte.
Yeah, a butte. There you go. So Johnny Utah, he clears. He's like, oh, yay, I made it, guy. Hey, buddy, come on, you can do it too. Okay, so his friend does it.
You already did it, so.
Yeah, that's what I would be like. Well, yeah, it looks good from this side, buddy. We're good.
And you know he's going to fuck up because his friends always like,
From the beginning, he's like, we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
I don't know, Johnny, man. It looks kind of dangerous, Johnny.
Yeah, but Johnny's hyped on Mountain Dew.
Johnny got that dude. Caffeine, that dude. Oh, come on, man.
You can do it, bro.
Don't be a pussy, bro. Come on.
Wait, they do it on motorcycles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dirt bikes.
Because it doesn't even look like where they land there's enough room to slow down.
It really wasn't.
It really is.
Like you have to turn quick and then rev your engine to go forward so you don't fly off the cliff. And unfortunately, it doesn't work well for his friend.
Because I kept seeing that in the trailer, and I was like, how are they going to make that work?
Yeah.
One of them made it work.
Barely.
And he did it by luck.
Yeah, it was luck.
Purely luck, man. So that's the first thing he said. He thought that was his excuse for getting his friend killed. He said, imagine the YouTube hits. Fuck you, Johnny.
Yeah.
And they said YouTube. 5 or 6 times.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like YouTube. Remember YouTube, right? On YouTube? I didn't see you on YouTube.
I've never seen you on YouTube.
Yeah. No one's seen anything like this on YouTube. We're going to change YouTube.
Hey, Johnny, how we going to get down?
YouTube.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
I didn't think about that shit either.
So I guess clown.
God damn.
Shit, the same way we got here. We rev up and jump to the side.
That's only one of many dumb things in this fucking movie.
It really is. So now I again did not see the original, but what's the guy who's in this? His name is Luke Bracey, and okay, so not having seen the original, I can already tell that it's different because I believe in the original they were just criminals. They were just stealing money, right?
They're criminals and surfers.
Surfers. They were just stealing money because they wanted to buy more surfboards.
Yeah. They had like a little philosophy too, but it was a hippie philosophy. It was like, man, fuck the system, dude. It only results to being unhappy and shit. So fuck it. We're just gonna stick it to them and just fucking ride waves. And
it sounds closer to like was it Fight Club? As opposed to what they did in this.
Yeah, in this Now they are eco criminals.
That's some crazy
Extreme
shit.
eco terrorists.
Yeah, and what they do is they even take it to the point where they find the old Asian leader of this whole movement, some dude that did extreme sports.
No, you're messing that up.
You're messing it way the fuck up.
No, what in this one where they said the dude out there that did like the biggest sports and gave back to the earth.
Right, yeah, but he did that in 2007.
Okay.
Not he's not some old ancient philosophy.
No, he's
and all
not.
this other-
He's just an old ass motherfucker that does extreme sports
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
Oh, so it's not like Splinter or anything.
No, they try to act like he's their Splinter, but he's not even in the fucking movie. You see a picture of him because he died doing the shit that they're trying to do.
They explain it like he died doing this. Like, then why are you trying to do it? He made this up.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he died trying to complete these 8 challenges that he
8
couldn't even do.
trials. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now they're saying, as part of giving back to Mother Earth, we have to in giving back to the people out there. Because what they do, they steal money, they steal diamonds, they
Robin
give back.
Hoods.
Robin Hoods. Yeah, they're eco-friendly Robin Hoods. And so what they do is they go out there and they say, but we have to give back to our master by trying to complete these 8 stunts that he couldn't do.
I don't know why they're committing the crime, sir, but I have an idea what they're chasing. I think they're attempting something called the Ozaki 8.
Delroy was like, what are you talking about? Why am I in this?
Is Ono Ozaki. He was an eco-warrior. He challenged the extreme sports world to a series of 8 ordeals that he said honored the forces of nature. An extreme athlete could potentially train their entire life just to attempt one.
He's like, what the fuck?
That was the entire audience. This movie.
That's everybody. It's literally important. This movie, like, I want to stop and just like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
Daryl Lindo's like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It is beyond dumb.
I can't let my assistant read my scripts anymore.
The best thing is you're sitting there watching him put all these pieces together. And it's like, how did you get to that conclusion?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This shit is not in the original. This 8 trials bull. That shit is-
The Ozaki 8?
that is not in the original.
Yeah.
Like I said, the original was real simple. They want to serve, fuck, and rob shit. That's it. That's all they're about.
And
This-
Daryl Lindo's like, what am I watching? The
Why
episode
am
of
I-
Captain Planet right now? What the fuck is going on?
this motherfucker is crazy.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, my agent is so fired.
Oh, he's not even an agent yet. He wasn't an FBI agent.
No, he's
No,
working up to it.
Yeah, I mean, his,
Oh, you talking about
his
his-
entertainment?
Oh, yes.
Now, here's the thing. So, man, they're like sage bros. You know, they just go around. They're almost like if every Mountain Dew came with a fortune cookie.
Yeah. That is accurate.
Very
That is
accurate.
so fucking accurate.
All they do is sit around and just philosophize, you know?
Yeah.
Philosophies that make no fucking sense at all.
Yeah. What they do is, now the movie has to sell this shit to a young audience. So every time they go to, like, what these dudes are talking about, I'm shedding materialism. I'm not going to be a part of the system. I'm going to give back to the earth.
Yeah, meanwhile-
But meanwhile, they talking all that shit. There's DJs and
Party on a yacht.
a yacht. There's,
Steve Aoki's there.
yeah, DJs, ass shaking everywhere, drugs all around.
You know what they are? The perfect way to describe this movie, put Triple X and Entourage together.
Oh.
And
those
that's what you
motherfuckers.
got.
Oh, yeah, those
That is
guys.
them.
And
Yeah.
you know, it's so clear. It is exactly clear what they're doing to like try to sell to this particular audience right here. But do one or the other, because when you're there for this whole environment that they created for the youth,
Yeah.
it's like hanging out with the one stoner at the party who's the most boring guy because all he wants to do is sit down and talk about philosophy all fucking day.
Hey man, is this your boat?
The only plot I have you can't even piss in. The boat is his. Alpha Rick. He sponsors us.
Sponsors you to what?
To be the first to achieve the impossible. Hey man. Almost had it, brother. Almost. Next time. Next time. It'll come to me. Oh yeah. Right? Having fun? Yeah. Good. You too?
Hey, how come I don't know you?
Big world. Why would you?
Big wave rider like you. I watch YouTube. I've just never seen you.
A tree falls into the forest. No one puts it on YouTube. Did it ever really happen?
That's deep, dude.
That's
probably some of the smartest dialogue in this movie.
Yeah, the only dialogue that made sense that he said.
Yeah.
And that's Edgar Ramirez as Brody, who was
Bodie.
Patrick. I'm sorry, but I didn't see the movie. As Bodie, who was the Patrick Swayze character in the original.
Although I see where you got the inspiration for your tattoos now.
Oh hell yeah! I'm a real bro, dude.
I'm glad you brought up that scene too, because they show a whole bunch of like extreme athletes, like real life extreme athletes on that boat, but I don't know who any of them are. So the movie takes a good point of like, you see this person? I'm like, I see who it is. I don't know who it is.
Oh yeah. They put on these DJs, they put on these athletes, and unless you are like an extreme sports person, you know what the fuck that's all about. And that's the thing about the film, man. The film is so fucking extreme that it's boring.
Yes.
Because
those shots go on, those scenes with them doing extreme sports, they go on for the longest fucking time to the point where you just don't care.
You
really don't.
This movie is like watching one of those extreme sports videos that they used to buy on VHS and DVD back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Where you go to like that extreme sports bar.
Yeah.
Where they have surfboards for tables and shit, and you're watching that shit all day. And the problem is that they spend so much time showing you these guys play all these sports. These characters have no fucking personality. They don't spend any time on these dudes at all.
He was bored.
These motherfuckers are blank, man.
Yeah.
And when you're watching that, it's so bad because it's not like any of these guys, the criminals. It's not like they look like each other. But when one dies and goes missing, you're like, which one was that?
Yeah. Same thing happened. I was like, I thought that dude was dead.
Yeah, because
who's the dude who died?
He's like, I thought it was only 4 of them. How is there still 4? Somebody just died. But yeah, we lost Chester. Who's Chester?
Yeah.
But hey, I like how after they lose Chester, they just go right back to partying.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? And this is the thing about, I used to think that Mountain Dew, when we talk about Mountain Dew with this shit, I thought that was a cliche at this point. I was like, because I don't know nobody who drinks Mountain Dew.
Me either.
We got a bunch of fucking skateboarders over there. They leave garbage.
Yeah.
I ain't seen one empty Mountain Dew bottle anywhere.
It's all Evian.
Yeah.
But in this fucking film, one of the dudes died, and they have a funeral, and right after the funeral, they cut to a table full of fucking Mountain Dew and a party.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even give a fuck about that dude.
Who do you think was going to sponsor this movie?
Mountain
Point well
Dew.
taken,
yeah,
yeah.
man, they let you know clearly. Yeah, Mountain Dew still supporting these motherfuckers right here. It's
Crazy
Dude,
shit.
the fire, they light on fire to like, oh, we got to remember him. You're like, oh, that's sweet. Then it cuts like 6 seconds later, the fire's up and a party's going on.
EMD
Like,
is
what the hell?
EMD is just playing.
They're like, and who died? Woo!
Yeah, just techno music all day. It's like, it's a body in there?
motherfuckers barbecuing on the body. People, it's too bad because they have talent in this movie from people that we have seen who are very talented and people we haven't. I like Delroy Lindo in the movie who plays his successor.
We haven't seen him in forever.
Not successor, who plays his mentor.
I think you just missed Delroy Lindo.
I see, we haven't seen him since like Romeo Must Die.
Yeah, it's nothing he does here that's.
I'm not saying
special.
he doesn't do, but man, come on! Out of all the flat characters here and all the bad dialogue, he's one of the things that you look at and like, oh, that's what an actor does.
I'd earned their trust, sir, and I wanted to be sure they were the suspects.
So your MO is to help them commit another crime?
No, not at all. I wanted to stop them.
Yeah.
And I tried to stop them. Bodie doesn't see these as crimes. He thinks of them as offerings.
What the hell does that even mean?
Thank you, Delroy.
The reason why you like him because he felt how you felt watching it. What's happening?
Man, when he said that today,
Finally.
somebody understands me. He's like, if ain't nobody gonna say it, I will.
Yeah.
I'm sure that wasn't in the script. It's just one of the outtakes.
Did you notice today when we were at the theater? This is a movie that people paid to see,
Right.
And tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm exaggerating, but it was like people almost paid to see this so they could laugh at it.
Yes.
That's the reason I saw it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I just wanted to laugh at this shit.
And the thing is, it was such a diverse like room. It's like here's some 20-year-olds, there's some elderly people over there. They're cracking up laughing. You're like, what's going on?
Man, there were old people that laughing at this shit.
Yeah, because it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a scene in the movie. I guess you could call it the climax where it's in the trailer. It's like the mountain. They blow up a mountain.
Yeah.
Rubble comes down. Johnny Utah tries to save 2 guys out of a truck.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, guys, I'll get you to safety. Puts them on the side of the road. The rocks fall on them.
Yeah.
And he runs off.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm like, they're not safe. What was the point of that
Another thing is one of them is injured, so he's like pulling the other guy along, and he's like, "I'll be back."
Wait
I guess
here.
those people are dead.
And they're fucking dead. There's no way they couldn't be dead.
Yeah, he's right, man. He tried to say these two dudes and propped them right where rocks fell.
Yes.
You're like,
He's almost like, I gotta hide the evidence.
Meanwhile, he has time to put a helmet on, pick up a fucking dirt bike, start it up, and then just go off without getting hit by a rock.
And the thing is, like, they're eco-terrorists, but a lot of the stuff they're doing is hurting the environment.
Oh, really?
I mean, they show stuff like the blowing up the side of a mountain. I don't understand how that helps the environment.
Oh, yeah.
Letting money fall over the jungle. I don't know how that helps.
How would you know that would land on a poor village?
Yeah.
And where do the boards land, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, people are dying while they're doing this.
Yeah, you're right about the boys.
None of this shit makes any fucking sense. Right down to the point where Johnny Utah, when he comes in to infiltrate this gang, now they try to explain the movie, but I'm sure they filmed the scene because nobody thought about it. Like, oh, we got to explain this shit.
Yeah.
Why would you let somebody come into your organization with their cell phone and you're worried about cops and you never check their cell phone to see who they're calling?
Yeah.
Motherfucker get text from the FBI saying, what's going on? He texts right in front of him. Oh, I'm right here.
Literally.
I mean, he looks at the people out. I'm in.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about the romance in this movie?
What romance?
With the one chick, when she was like, "Yeah, this person in my life died," and he's like, "So we gonna fuck her?" What? Basically,
Basically,
the next
yeah.
like 30 seconds later, they're having sex. You're like, okay, like she told you a traumatic event.
Yeah. It's a
In the waterfall
It's a
scene.
lot of
How?
dumb shit in this movie, man.
Man, can I say one more thing?
Go
I know
ahead.
you want to
Yeah,
wrap
go
this
ahead,
up.
go ahead.
And it's a bit of a sport. Well, if you've seen the original, you kind of know how this movie ends. So I'm sorry. It's bullshit anyway. The movie ends. It ends in a way to where one character, is off wanting to do something, something extreme. So the cop goes after him. Like, okay, so 9 months later, I've been tracking this fucker the whole time. Finally found him. I'm gonna swoop in a fucking storm in the middle of the ocean. I could easily die. No fight, no nothing. He just says, "Man, just let me go." All right. Helicopter, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, and does that nod at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah,
job,
you
brother.
got it, man.
It's like, what the fuck? What's the point?
And then the piggyback on that when he's like, "Oh yeah, these waves only come once every 10 years."
Yeah.
9 months later,
9 months later.
Look, the waves are high again. What the hell?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, people. Like I said, I have not seen the original.
You need to.
But what I can tell you is that without having seen the original, I can tell you why this particular one works. Or the original works, not this one, not by a long shot. Because in the original, this guy's infiltrating this group. Keanu Reeves at the time, who was Johnny Utah. And when he's infiltrating this group, he becomes a part of them because these people have personality. You feel the bonding between them. That's why it's hard for him to betray them.
Yeah.
It's the Fast and Furious.
Patrick Swayze's totally charismatic. So you have seeing him kind of fall into that. You're like, well, I probably would too.
And see, that's the thing about it. That's why that movie worked, because they were able to kind of create this whole bromance with them. Because other than that, the movie doesn't work. That's the only thing that kept it going. Keanu Reeves as an FBI agent.
Named Johnny Utah.
No, fuck you, no, that would not work if they didn't just get that one thing right there. And this movie is trying to repeat dumb. Dumb only strikes once.
They're trying to repeat dumb in a serious way.
in a more serious way.
And real quick, it's a scene in the movie. Anyone who's ever seen Point Break knows the scene I'm talking about, where Johnny Utah screaming and just shoots a gun in the air. Mm-hmm. They do that shit.
Yeah.
No, they did a lot of those.
Yeah.
Let me just finish real quick. Damn, you excited, motherfucker.
Man, this shit is. Go ahead, man. This is bothering me, dude.
God damn. But the problem is that Keanu Reeves knew how to make. He knew how to make dumb charismatic. Yeah. He knew how to make dumb almost an art.
No, he knew how to make dumb. He worked best at that time when he was the shittiest actor working. He worked best when he played a character who was clueless.
No, Mark,
And
you
this-
know
and-
what?
and
You
this
haven't seen this shit. Keanu Reeves made that shit in art. When Keanu Reeves was trying to hear lines, at least he had the motivation to cock his head like he was like a dog trying to understand.
Right.
It was something cute about that. This dude they have here, and his name is
Lurch.
What's his name again? Jake.
Jake something.
Jake
no
Lacey.
idea.
Jake Bracey.
Bracy, okay.
Jake Bracey. This motherfucker is just a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Dude, it got to the point in the movie. Corey leaned over to me and said, "This guy is fucking horrible." I was like,
Yeah.
"Dude."
I don't know if this guy can act under the right director, but I've seen him in 2 movies and he has no fucking personality at all. Like I said, Keanu Reeves will do something with dumb. This motherfucker blanks out in the middle of dialogue.
Yeah, he got carved by Geppetto, and the Blue Fairy never showed up.
He will sit there and just look at people like he's not acting. He's sitting up there when people talk to him. He's trying to think of his next line. He's trying to think of what to say. I look at him with an actor what's this guy right here?
Ray Winstone.
Ray Winstone.
Yeah.
When you see Ray Winstone, who should not be in here.
He's sleepwalking through this.
Yeah, who should not be here at all. I mean, this is he's just collecting a check, really. When you see these two dudes acting next to each other, Ray Winstone is talking to somebody. This guy, Jake Bracey, whatever his name is, this motherfucker is looking off into space whenever he has to wait before he speaks to his next dialogue.
I put a 24-hour surveillance on Al Fareek's hideaway.
Huh?
Maybe he just can't understand what he said.
Criminal masterminds, they're just kids partying away their lives on Al Fareek's time. The difference between them and you is you're doing it on the FBI's.
Can you see how he's?
Yeah, I totally don't know what you just said.
I'm just gonna show you this real quick. Pay attention. You see how he's not acting, but he's kind of bracing himself for when he has to come in.
They're just kids.
I mean, this motherfucker is awful in this movie, man.
Probably the worst actor I've seen this year.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna say it's him because everybody is. I've seen people in this movie who are good in other films. Like I said, Edgar Ramirez. I know he can act in certain things. I know that he's not one of the worst actors out there. This kid right here, though, nobody's doing him any favors at all, man. It's a movie that also wants to be. It's so blatantly it's Warner Brothers that wants to create a Fast and Furious franchise.
Sure. Yeah.
But the Fast and Furious, you got to understand, Fast and Furious started when this shit was actually in fashion. And then they even start to do stupid shit. It's like, we can't do this no more.
Yeah. Fast and Furious was the last one.
Yeah, we're gonna turn to super agents now.
Yeah.
And this right here, they are starting where Fast and Furious did like 20 years ago. You know.
Yes.
And it's completely fucking outdated. I know extreme sports and the X Games and stuff is still going on, but people don't want to see this shit in movies. Yeah,
man, people are over that whole extreme era.
You can see all this on YouTube. The stuff that they do in here you can see it on YouTube with a GoPro. It's nothing better than that in this movie.
Yeah. Maybe if y'all had a story, this could have worked. Or maybe you tried to do something with your actors, but this is nothing but fucking scenery. This is a guy that just said, you know what, he did not direct his actors. He said, we're going to get by on all these cool stunts we can do. And
it's going to fill out the time.
Yeah. And like Korey said, man, I can see this shit in a loop on TV or YouTube. Yeah. I don't have to come here and watch this movie for that. Yeah, fuck this movie, man. Well, not exactly. I'm going to give it some old bullshit. Because some of the stunts that they did were pretty cool. But it doesn't mean I got to go pay to see that shit. Some old bullshit.
Cool. I think he said basically everything I wanted to say. I was actually floating between a fuck you and some old bullshit because this shit insulted my intelligence. Like it's bad, man. There's nothing. The only thing redeeming about it is there are some cool stunts, but again, you can see that elsewhere. You don't have to go and pay to watch this shit. So yes, it's some old bullshit, and I hope this is not. And from what I can tell, it's not gonna make its budget back. So good for it.
Yeah. I give this shit an extreme fuck you. Man, the original, they could have just stuck with that and it would have been just fine. They overcomplicated this shit to the point to where, like, why would you do it?
Right.
It's dumb already. And you're trying to make it serious? And that's what I say, it felt like it insulted my intelligence too, and that's my cardinal rule. Don't insult my intelligence with some bullshit, which it tried to do, so fuck it in its ass.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's great to hear all y'all's opinion. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Please go and see this.
Just save your time and give us some more bullshit right now. You know, I'm almost there to fuck you because you know what I hate about these kind of movies?
What?
Where motherfuckers do dumb shit that they know they're gonna die doing, and then when they die, they're like, I can't believe this happened. You know what the fuck?
Snowboarding down Mount Everest. This can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And there's a part, I'll just end with this, Ray. There's a part where a dude falls about 100 feet off a cliff. And your boy Jake is like, no, he's still over there. I'm gonna help him. Even people movie
I forgot about that.
He's like, you gotta stop, man. He's gone. No, he's still good.
That dude fell 100 feet. He's like, he's still there. We can't leave him. The character just stopped. Like, man, he's fucked.
Done.
Keep in mind, that was the character that we didn't even realize was in the movie.
Yeah, okay. That's the one who they had a party after he died.
Yeah.
So, I still don't know who that character was.
You've been undercover too long. What just went down was a crime.
People see what they want to see.
They think they're crusaders with a worthy cause.
What side are you on?